live video. Glad to see you guys tuning in, man. I'm tuning in from Argentina. I'm glad to have you guys here today. Those who are tuning in, whenever you're tuning in, whenever you tap the message, we got a lot to talk about today. First and foremost, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody out there today. You hear me? Happy Sunday. What a grateful day. A grateful Sunday as we kick off this live today. And I just want to make sure before I do anything, I let it be known that it's a grateful, grateful day. And I'm grateful to be here, chopping it up and dropping a few gems for y'all out there. Dropping a few gems for y'all out there to understand that this game ain't nothing to be messed with. This game ain't nothing to be messed with if you're not ready for it. I wanna just first get this like I just want I want to choose my words very, very carefully before I say what I gotta say about the current situation that we got going on. Don't be so much in a rush to play professional basketball. I wish somebody would have told me that because so many people are in such a rush to get to this contract and play in this game and just to get scammed over. And that's pretty much what this video is about because I got to address the situation that's going on where guys are just getting scammed left and right. And it makes no sense why you guys are such in a rush to get scammed. I made a video, Chinese wild ball, everything you need to go. The top 10 things you need to know about Chinese wild ball 2024. I made that video maybe a month ago. Why? Because I was currently in China playing wild ball. And I say these are the things that everybody should know before going to China and playing wild ball. I made that video specifically for every player that wanted to go to China and try their hand out playing pro basketball, playing wild ball. It's a reason it's called wild ball. It's a reason it's called wild ball. They didn't just make that name for no reason. It's because the people that you deal with while you're there, they are ridiculously looking to do like, I want to use my words very carefully. Well, nice to meet you, Pickles. Hey, I don't know your brother. I don't know who your gay neighbor is, but he must be a good looking dude. If you look like me, he must be a good looking dude. That's all I got to say. So going back to this situation, ever since I made that video, I got a lot of people that reached out to me asking about a lot of people. Yeah, appreciate that like. Make sure y'all don't forget to like the video, man. Don't forget to like the video. Share it because I'm going to really get into some things about what you guys need to. What up, Nico? Everything you guys need to avoid when it comes to playing this game. Like, you got to avoid these types of situations. Don't be so thirsty to try to get this contract and then have these people out here in a bad position. I didn't see too many guys so ready to get a contract. Yeah, I'm playing basketball professionally. I made it. My dream. I got it. My dreams is no, bruh. No. You'll find yourself getting contracts like the contract this gentleman just received. And by far, of my 11 years playing basketball, I never, ever Seeing someone get such an atrocious contract, I would never sign that contract. What up, Phantom TV? I didn't know it was such a heavy demand in talking about wild ball. How you doing, Mucio? I do speak Spanish, but I'm going to keep it English right now. You want to speak Spanish? Si quieres yo hablar en español, DM me on Instagram. But yeah, I've been meaning. I have to get back to talking about this wild ball situation because people are really out here falling for these gimmicks and shows that's happening, and nobody's saying anything, or nobody's coming on and talking about, hey, bro, if you can get scammed. Like this is the type of contract you're not supposed to accept. But then this is how they get you. They tell you to come on over. If they don't let them buy you a ticket, first and foremost, don't let nobody buy you a ticket when it comes to. If they buy you your ticket, you better have your contract already signed and agreed upon before you leave. First of all, that should be step number one. Having your contract signed and agreed upon your terms before you get it. It's called negotiation. This is the offer that you're going to offer me, and I will take it. But somewhere along the lines, no one is telling people, hey, you have the right to negotiate your contract. You can negotiate your own contract. Like you get to talk to them and tell them, no, I don't want that. No, I prefer this. And if they don't agree to it, you don't got to stay there. You don't have to work with them. There is not just one solo person that is there that is like has the keys to you playing. It doesn't work like that. But that's how they make it seem. They make it seem like I'm the only person that you can work with, and if you don't go through me, there's no way you're gonna ever get into China. If you do, you're gonna get so messed up and you will never be able to play here again. That's why you have to work with me. That's why you have to let me show you how you have to sign with me. If you don't sign with me, you can never come back to China and you can never play basketball, and I'll make sure you get banned. Oh yeah. There are some agents and people that's in this wild ball business that if you decide just to not play with them no more, they will intentionally try to ban you out of China. And see, people don't even really understand how China really works and this whole communist country situation really works. They they intentionally control their people. So the natural demeanor of everybody's mindset is when they're dealing with people outside of the country is to control them. You have to do what I say the way I say do it at all times. But that's not how the game is. That's not how it is. But if you don't know no better, that's what they'll make you believe because you don't know. How would you know if you've never been there, never been on a team, never worked with anybody? How would you know any difference? You wouldn't know any different. I'm gonna get into this contract that this is what you need to avoid. When it comes to contracts, if someone's sending you a contract, listen, man, don't ever accept something like this. All right. This is the prime definition of a contract you don't accept. Okay. So I've spoken with this gentleman. I'm not gonna say his name or whatever, but if he's listening, hey bro, I sent you the message. I hope it helped. So I was speaking with this player, and he was just telling me, giving them the rundown about the whole Chinese basketball. And I tell him, hey, watch out for this person. Watch out for this person. What's up, Andres? How you doing today, brother? And I say, hey, listen, man. When you get over there, Follow all the steps that I did in the video. Everything you need to know about Chinese wild ball 2024. We chopped it up. He sent me his contract. He sent me his contract. Okay, in Panama. I ain't never been there, but all right, bro. So he sent me this is the contract. This is what he said. Hey, I'm in China now. I really appreciate your advice. Can I please? But I have some concerns. They just sent the contract and it says crazy things on it. If you know that it says crazy things on it and you're already in China, why would you don't ever leave without getting your contract straightened before you get there? Because then they can say and give you anything because they know now they know that you're already here, so it's more likely that you will agree to their terms because you're already here. You're already here. I'm from Florida, Andres. I'm from Florida. Born in Bahamas, raised in Florida, playing in Argentina right now. So the first thing he said was, I can't go home without his permission. First of all, who is he? You need to hit me up and tell me who is this agent or who is this person that's saying this. I think I have an idea who it is, but please tell me who this person is so I know to make sure, make a note that everybody should stay away from this type of agent. Because I don't care. I'll let people hit me up all the time asking about Chinese wild ball and all this stuff, and I will happily tell you exactly who to stay away from. Because there's a lot of them. A lot of people or a lot of players you shouldn't jump in the bed. I mean, a lot of guys you shouldn't jump in the bed with because they're waiting to mess screw you over like this. I can't go home without his permission. Who? What man in the world gonna tell me I can't go home? I can't go home. You control my life now after the first time we're doing business together. I can't go home without your permission. This ain't my country. I don't live here. And all of a sudden, I cannot stay here. I got to stay here until you feel it's necessary for me to leave. I have to only leave when, no. Big red flag number one. I am obligated to play 6 months. And if I come back within 2 years when I leave, I have to play for him only. Red flag number two. You're not obligated to be there for no extended amount of time. There's not even there's not even visas that give you that long. Like I have a 10-year tourist visa, and I have to leave the country every 2 months. So you can't even stay there 6 months at a time unless you got a business visa, and they don't even give business visas for Chinese wild ball. That's how you know just him even saying that is a scant. Like it's the whole. It screams. What are you doing? What are you doing? This type of stuff really upsets me when I see stuff like this. If you play for any other company, you have to give me 20%. No agent takes more than 10% of any contract, and that doesn't come out of your cut. A little tip. No agent can take no more than 10% out of your money, and it's not even your money. It's their cut that the company or whatever team or agent or boss or whatever, they're pay them. So if you're getting $300 a game, they get $30, and that doesn't come out of your check. If you sign a contract and you're getting paid $3,000 a month for a team, your agent got the job, he gets paid $300 a month out of that, and it doesn't come out of your 3,000. That's how it works. Don't let anybody else try to make you feel otherwise. Like this is how it is. Like you're supposed to give me the money. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Just for your just so y'all have a little bit of understanding. If anything else in that, 20% is outrageous. You're asking for double the commission than any other regular agent. Regular agents get 10%. You're asking for double for some work that you didn't do. I am not. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to contact or play for any other play agents, bosses, or companies. China, as big as it is, you're playing so good. You got another person who wants to bring you along with them. They like you. They want you to play for their team. They want to pick you up and give you some money because they love your game. And you're telling me I can't play for nobody but you. When I was there, I had a situation where I had other players, other agents, and other people hit me up, and the dude I was working with didn't want me to go and play with them because he's talking about I didn't bring you here to work with other people. I'm like, first of all, you didn't bring me here at all. I told you I'll rock with you for a month. I'm a go by, and I didn't sign no contract neither. I gave him a little verbal commit because you ain't finna get me under no contract with no BS so you could try to throw up around yourself. Like, no, bruh. Everybody in this game you're treated guilty until proven you can do good. Because there's 10 times more people trying to scam you over than they are trying to do you good. There's so many games, there's so many tournaments, there's so many opportunity, and what messes up the entire game is these type of agents that are trying to just screw over every single player that comes there. They try to screw on. I do not know one person that has played wild ball that has not had a story of someone trying to screw them over. Let that think about that for a second. There is not one player that I have met playing Chinese wild ball who has not have a story about somebody trying to screw them over. That just lets you know how crooked the game is. He says, I'm already here, so I'm worried. You should be worried. I'm worried for you. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm worried for you. Because I don't know who this dude is. I don't know who this dude is. And I already don't like the situation. I'm here, I'm already here, so I'm worried. If I say no to anything, they will just kick me out of the apartment. Yep, they'll probably try to kick you out of the apartment. And believe I spoke to him before he got there saying, they'll probably put you up in an apartment so they could try to have leverage for holding you over, like holding that over you. Because as soon as you get to a place, the first thing you're going to need is a place to stay. That's going to take out a big chunk of the bill for you. That's going to take a big, huge chunk out of the bill. So when it takes that chunk of the bill out of the way, you ain't got to worry about paying for that and staying like now. If you don't agree to my terms of this bogus contract, I'm gonna kick you out of the apartment. Now you're gonna be on the streets in China in your first time. Do you know how terrifying it is? Your first time in China, sitting on the streets in a place where they don't you speak your language. If you've never even been to China, think about being alone in the streets of China. First time. I know my first time by myself. My first time when I went to China, I went on a tour. I went on a tour with like 10, 12 guys. You go and play against one CBA team. You go from team to team. They have these two. It's called tours. They put you on a team. Then they take you from city to city to city. And you play against the same team over and over and over. And people come and pay. It's like a big showtime showcase type situation, like a circus. Come here, you play in this city, you play in this city, and everybody make it seem like this is how they tell you, oh, you play good enough, you could get signed by the CBA team. You know, CBA team is dang their minimum be like 750,000 a season, a million a season, 800,000. That's like the barrier of entry, like the lowest contracts are like under 1 million. So they hype you up with all this, but it's all gas. It's all gas, blowing smoke. They just want you to be there so they can use you to go to the other team. So me and my best friend decided, you know what, we're gonna stay here. When the tour was over with, we're gonna stay here. That was probably one of the scariest moves I ever made in my entire life. He had signed with someone to become a coach. So they took care of his situation, they took care of his housing, and gave him a place to stay. Me, I had a flight to go back home. I never took the flight. So now I'm in China by myself with about $300 to my name and just don't know nothing. I'm just out there trying to get to a whole nother city by myself, trying to link with my homeboy so I can have a place to stay. That was probably one of the scariest, best decisions I ever made in my life. I love China. I love the country. As crazy as it is, there's so much opportunity out there. I love it. But with anything, there comes ways to navigate the land if you're not used to it, if you're not have like there's like someone with you or something like who knows what's going on, or that's a lot to deal with, bro. That's a lot to deal with knowing that, man, I just got out here to this country. I don't speak a lick of Chinese, and there's not a lot of people that speak English. It's not like some of those countries where you go to and like almost everybody speaks English. Not like that. You'll be lucky if you find one or two people that speak English. Even in the airport, they don't always speak English. One of the scariest decisions I ever made going to China by myself. So I really feel how he feels. I know exactly how he's feeling. Like, man, I really don't want to get screwed. I better go and watch that video over again. Like, what did he say about this? What did he say about this situation? Because the people who you deal with, they're going to be the most important reason why you're over there. If you're not with a good person, I feel real like that's the make or break. If you're not over there with good people that's going to watch your back and take care of you, that's going to be the make or break because they're going to make you feel, bro, they're going to put you in bad situations. They give you these BS bogus contracts and have you sitting out there and have you stuck. I know a guy, I just recently came out there. They had one guy out there, they got him 2 games. He said he paid what? No, 1 game, and he was sitting for almost a month. So 1 game probably got you like $300. Now you got to basically survive off that $300 for the whole month. That's your food. They don't take care of your food. No, that's your flight back. You got to find a way your own flight back. And then they're telling you you can't go work with nobody else. Even if you got work with somebody else and you can go make some money, they don't want you to go make the money unless it's with them, and they ain't gonna find you no money. How does that work? If this is your last opportunity to make it somewhere or make it playing basketball, and wild ball is your only opportunity, I would suggest you don't go. That's just my personal opinion. I would suggest that you just don't go until you're able to have your own flight there back and have 3 months worth of living that you can sustain yourself. It's not expensive over there, but just the moving around and if stuff like that you don't know, like people you don't know, getting hotels and stuff, you just never know what can happen. You just want to be ready. That's why I say have 3 months. You're going to need money to just be able to move around because you never know what situation is going to happen. And if you're not ready, you don't got the funds to back yourself up, they will have you on the streets. I've seen guys over there struggling, living off of people because they don't got money to go home. They don't got money to eat. because these guys tell them they're going to come over here and guarantee them 10, 12 games. And you start counting your paper like, okay, about 10 games, $300 a game. Shoot, I could make me in 15 days, man. In 2 weeks, I can make me like 3,000. Pretty good. Catch like five more before the end of the month. Shoot, come up with a cool $5,000 in that month. Play probably 15 games. That's amazing. People ain't gonna tell you that you're gonna get very not even that much games when you first coming out there. They know how they gonna have you all these games. You gotta get booked for games. They only gonna want to send the best players who've been playing. They get first dibs. You got guys that's been in the country that played professionally there. They get the top. They get more gigs than anybody. So how are you gonna compete with an ex CBA, ex NBL player who play professionally in that country? They're gonna get more calls than you any day, all day. And it's your first time out there, and you got $300 to your name, hoping nobody don't screw you over, telling you you can't play with nobody for 2 years. 2 years? Make sure y'all like the video, man. Make sure y'all like the video. It really upsets me to hear stuff like that. It really do. It really do upset me to really sit here and hear a guy have to reach out and get offered such terrible. But then you know what? Again, another reason this is the problem right here too. Don't accept that. The quicker you understand that you don't have to accept it, that's when things change. But people accept anything and wonder why they get what they get in return. Don't accept that type of contract. Don't accept that type of contract. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for your career. You just got to be understanding it's cool. It's not going to be the end of the world. The game ain't going nowhere. Get ready. Get yourself ready. Get your do your research. Come prepared. Avoid the pitfalls for no. Why be so ready to jump into that? You don't have to. You can avoid all that. You don't have to go through that. Don't let them do you like that. So I reached out to the guy. I hope that I told him, man, what he should do, what he should accept, my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I told him, hell nah. To be honest, I told him, hell nah, don't take that. Don't take that. Do not take that. Do not sign that deal. Whatever you do, do not sign that deal. You're a grown man, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if that was the hey, bro, do not sign that deal. That man trying to trap you before you even get started. He's trying to trap you, bro. Anyways, man. So other than that, I'm out here in Argentina, Santiago del Estero. I play for a team called Kimsa, and we just got done. It's just had the FIBA break just came up, and I just wanted to make sure, like, you guys, when you go to these other countries, you take care of yourself. As far as it's so small, I know I understand. Like as basketball players, a lot of times we just feel like we're invincible. We lift weights and we run, so we feel like we're invincible. But right now, I don't know if it's a bug, it's a flu, it's a virus that's going on, but man, it has got me so I like to use my words right, and I don't like to say that it got me sick, but I like to say it's got my body working and stressed out. I was out for about 5, 6 days. I still got this, like, I feel it when I breathe. I could feel the inflammation in my lungs when I breathe because it's a flu or something going on. Four of my teammates already been out, including me. I missed the game. Two players just missed the two starters just missed the game. It's some kind of flu, it's some kind of virus that's going on that is just taking out all of the players. And it's not just players on my team, it's players on the other team. I just had a conversation with two guys that I know from when they started their rookie year. When they first started their rookie year, and he was telling me that like four people on their team is out because of a sickness. And that's what I'm saying. Like, just take care of yourselves. Take your vitamin C. If you're not taking vitamins, start taking vitamins. If you can see a nutritionist, go see a nutritionist to help you eating the right foods that's going to keep your body healthy. You can't just eat whatever, whenever, all the time, just feel like I'm going to live forever. If you're trying to play any sport at any level, start taking care of your body. And right now we're in flu season. If you're going overseas and you're during this time, it's nothing like being sick and being in a place that you're not used to. That is probably the worst feeling in the world. That's one of the worst feelings in the world. Being in a place where you're not used to and being hella dog sick. Boy, especially like in China. If you don't know what you're doing in China and you're sick and you ain't got nobody that can wait on you and help you and get you the way you need to do, because they don't be you are there on your own. I'm just here to get you games. I'm not here to take care of you and babysit you. And trust me, they're not taking care and babysitting you. They're not coming there to babysit you. That is 100% fact. So take care of yourself because this flu season or whatever season, and it's crazy right now. So going back, I ran into, so we had a game this past Saturday, Friday. That was my first game back from the sickness. When I say it was so bad, I was in the bed, my head was hurting, my chest was hurting, it was hard to breathe. It was just so much going on. I had to get a shot. I had to go get a shot in the butt just to just to help with the pain. The fever that I had was just crazy. I still, after all this time, it's like it's gone, but it's like a slight. I feel like a slight something. You know what I mean? I feel like a slight something is still like on me a little bit that I gotta try to like. I'm thinking it's gone. It's like I still got the cough. The cough ain't never went away. The cough still ain't went away. I don't know what it is, man. That's why I'm saying, man, y'all need to take care of yourself. Straight up, take care of yourself. But we played against the. I did make it back, and we played the game. I missed the game prior to that one, and I played the next game, and we won that game. It was the first start I had of the season. It was the first start I had of the season because the guy who was above in front of me, he was sick as well. But now for this game, he was sick before the last game, but I was already out and couldn't make it, so he took my spot. Oh, I mean, he played just to try to help the team out. After that, he was done for, and I walked back in, and so I had my first start, played like 20 minutes, got 14 and 10. It's a very good game for a comeback. For my first game back after being sick, felt good. You know what I mean? It felt good to finally start again. I got to keep it 100. Like, it felt good to start again. It's a different rhythm that I have when I'm starting in the game. I came on this team and then they telling me I'm coming off the bench. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm coming off the bench. But then it's like they treat me like I, the position that they got me in is not a position to where I'm the leading guy, one of the leading guys. And I've never been on a basketball team like that in my life where I'm not one of the main guys that's contributing a lot on the team. It's like they don't care if you contribute or not tonight, and that's fine. And for me, that's very difficult to adjust to because I've never adjusted to that in my career. So like even at this time in like 10 after 11 years, you got to constantly always be being ready and locked in because you'll be put in positions that you wasn't necessarily accustomed to or ready to, but you still got to perform. You still got to stay ready. It's different for me. It's so much different coming off the bench. Sometimes I don't even play the first quarter and coming in the second quarter and not touch the court. Like that type of situation for me is so difficult to even comprehend. But it's just that's just a part of this journey. This is a part of this life. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you don't always just get the situation that you think you should walk straight into. It's like you have to take the good, and it's not even the bad. It's just like you just gotta adjust to a certain situation for the time being until things change. Because being on this team definitely is a resume builder. It's one of the best teams in South America. They're always a championship competing team, which that's the only teams I want to play for in the rest of my career is championship competing teams because I believe if you win, that's always going to lead to more money. So I'd rather play for teams that's going to be in winning positions. But still, with that, I have to deal with being a role player. And ain't no, I could play a role, but I ain't no role player. I am a thoroughbred ready to get up and get to it. That's just who I am. I be ready to hoop. I be ready to play. But even though saying all that, it's like I have to weigh out my options. Do I continue to stay here for the name and the notoriety of being on the team and possibly winning the championship with the team, which would do really, really good for my career? Or I go to where someplace I can play right now. It's a lot of things you got to weigh out. And as you can see, I live through these situations on a day-to-day basis, just like every other player. Just because I mean, some people be thinking, oh, you're already been playing for 10, 11 years. You must have it all figured out and everything comes easy and every situation is just easy because you've been doing. No, it's not like that. You still got to deal with trying to figure out this game and figure out, am I in the right position? Is this a good place for me to be for my career, for my next move? Is this the right place for me to be? It's not always everything is just you're good. You're 11 years in. That means everything is good now. No, it ain't. I deal with other agents. I still fight with GMs. I still like it's a lot of stuff that you got to deal with. It's like the older you get, the more responsibility you got in this game to make sure. Because now you already seen and you've seen so much, you ain't letting the BS just get by you. That's what it is. You've been in this game so long, and you ain't like the BS ain't just gonna get by me. So you be more attentive and you be more talking and more adjusting because like I know what's going on here. It's just depending on how long are you going to stay here and deal with it. Are you going to stay here and deal with it, or are you going to be like make a decision? You know what I mean? So I was listening to speaking about like just being in this game for that long, and I was speaking out. My one of my best friends from home posted like a clip from Young Dolph. Y'all know who Young Dolph is, the rapper who sung 100 shots, got killed, whatever. I wasn't really familiar with his things prior, like how he spoke, his mindset, and all these type of situations. And he posted a clip of him, and I was like, man, this is exactly what I need to hear. It's the reason I even hopped on live right now because I was talking with my best friend about like this grind of just playing this game for so long. And I was just telling him, I'm like, bro, I'm tired. I'm tired of this content creation. I'm tired of this game. I'm tired. Like you get tired of it, bro. Be doing it so long and you're going so hard and you're trying to make it work, and then you just feel like, man, this I'm just so overwhelmed, bro, and it don't feel like nothing's moving. It don't seem like nothing's gonna happen for me. Like, bro, it's the same thing. over and over. It's repetitive. I don't see nothing going nowhere. And Dolph was just like, man, you just can't stop. He's like, what made you so successful? What made you get to where you needed to be? And how'd you get there? He was like, you just can't stop. You can't stop. Whatever you do, you just have to keep going. Being successful in whatever it is you say you want to be successful in is really just showing up. 90% of people just don't keep showing up, and that's why they aren't successful. Knowing, not knowing, trying and trying, who can just continuously do it without stopping? That's the I believe that's the definition of success because that's how you become successful. Because even though I've been playing for like 11 years, people look at me like, "Wow, you have so much information and you know all this stuff," and I'm like, I just never quit playing. I had plenty of chances to stop playing. I had plenty of opportunities: COVID, surgery, divorces, just kids, home situations, a lot of things that could tell me that, you know what, all right, it's time to hang it up. I just kept going, just keep going. And I feel like sometimes that's the thing that people don't talk about enough. Like, keep going is hard, bro. Like, when you say keep going, like, it's so much easier said than done because it's really hard to just keep going when you don't see things happening for you. And a lot of times people don't tell you that part because you see the finished product. See the finished product when they're done and they already reached a certain pinnacle in their life, and you be like, wow, man, how you got there? I can't see it from my vantage point. I can't see it from where I'm at. I'm too in it. I'm too much in what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the varsity team. I'm trying to make the adult team. I'm trying to go to college. I'm trying to build a business. I'm trying to start this clothing brand. Whatever it is, you don't never see what's going on, and you can't see what's really going on for you because you're just stuck in the moment. And you hear people, man, just keep going, keep going. It's like, bro, how the hell do I keep going when it's so hard right now? It's so hard right now that it dang near paralyzes you. Nobody talks about that part. They just be like, nah, Dan, I just kept going. I just kept going. Yeah, you know what keep going is? Keep going is sometimes quitting for 2 to 3 days. Keep going is sometimes crying, looking up at the ceiling and crying, getting in the shower and crying. Sometimes keep going means not having no money for a long, long time. Sometimes keep going means that you're just going to be so tired you can't think straight. All these things is what keep going has been for me. That's what keep going looks like. Don't let nobody make you feel like or confuse you thinking like, oh man, this is just too like, yeah, bro, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but it's always that gratification you have when you actually did what you say that you were gonna do, of not actually giving up. I couldn't even imagine where I would be if I actually gave up on basketball when a doctor told me I would never play basketball again after my surgery. The thought the thought and the emotions that I had were that to play basketball still to this day right now. Doctor looked me in my eyes, told me straight up, you'll never play basketball again. Never play basketball again professionally. That's a hard pill to swallow, but I wasn't going for it. Won 2 championships after that. Broke the all-time scoring record after that. Made it to the finals again after that. Playing on one of the biggest teams in South America after that. They're talking about, man. That's what it's going to give you at the end, man. You're going to reach. It's something on the other side of though of not giving up that you just can't explain it because you ain't never been there yet. So when you do get there, it's always better than what you believe it is. It's going to be way better. It's going to be so much more than what you thought it was going to be. And for me, that's the part that keeps me going. Because once you're getting in all that part where you're hurting and you crying and you fighting and you just like feel like I can't do this no more and you venting and you mad and you upset, I know for 100% fact that what's waiting on that other side when you do keep going, it's just life changing. It's like it's nothing you ever even imagined it to be. And that type of gratification of just not giving up on yourself, pushing through, fighting through, grinding through all the little situations, just grinding through each situation every single day. That's a different type of gratification that only you can get from yourself because you went through it. You understand like what it's meant, like what happened. You have that feeling. You have that like I did it, man. Nobody could feel that for you. No amount of money can buy that feeling of gratification of doing and not giving up on yourself. It's like it releases a new chemical in your body and it affects your body, your mind, your soul, your heart all at the same time because you didn't give up on yourself, you didn't get up on your mission, your drive, your goal, whatever that is. You ain't give up on yourself. That's a different type of gratification that only comes from not giving up, man. So that's all I got for today, man. I just wanted to tap in and just give y'all an update, let y'all know like how not just stay away from those type of contracts. Don't let nobody scam y'all. Take care of yourself. Don't give up. Keep grinding. Keep pushing. Keep believing. Keep going. Keep smiling. Keep showing up. Keep making plays. Keep doing you. Keep being you. Keep putting on for everybody. Let them know, like, bro, this is who I am. This is what I'm about every day. That's what it's about. That's all I got for this live. Y'all have a blessed Sunday, blessed day. Y'all be good, man. I'm out.